Quick mic test. Paging.
Mike's here.
Sorry guys, we had some audio issues to start the program, but you obviously missed them. But we're going to kick things off with a big welcome back, I'd say.
Welcome back to the Unnamed Podcast.
Unknown. It's one that I did notice there was a gap in the market.
There's always a gap in the market, and who better to fill it than us?
There's not many straight white men doing podcasts out there.
No, and you know, every little thing needs a couple of straight white men to come and bring it back out of the dust, get it rolling again.
Exactly. So we're good to go. We did get some help. I'd like to shout out to Nathan, who you have met. He did lend us his audio equipment. And he does have a podcast himself, which I'd shout out, but I don't know. I think it's called Two Beans.
I personally have not indulged in that podcast, but I'm sure, knowing Nathan, it is beautiful production.
Do you have any friends that do podcasts? Of course you do. You went to Scotch College.
Yeah, my good friends Hamish and Andy. Listen to them on the weekly.
Yeah, there was rumours of them being a special guest, but
look, it's in the pipes. We'll get it the long way.
Probably a third sort of episode thing once we get
second or third. We'll see when they listen to this. They might
once we get the viewership in.
Viewership, yep.
Yeah, I'd like to commence it actually by cracking my celebratory drink that I've got here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this on the audio, but let me hold it up.
Jeez, that sounds refreshing.
Someone's headphones are going to get broken listening to that. So this episode is sponsored by Heaps Normal beer.
That's a weird sponsorship. How did that work?
They just came to me, to be honest.
Came to you in the shop?
Yeah, I got headhunted.
Yep.
Just literally one day, they noticed that I was drinking too much alcohol, and they recommended for health and safety to go the alcohol-free option.
And did they also recommend that you start a podcast for to shout them out on, or?
Yeah, they didn't actually bring up the sort of monetization of it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm assuming they'll get back to me at some stage.
Well, that's good. Today's Unnamed Podcast brought to us by Heaps Normal.
So yeah, we'll shout out to Heaps Normal. We do appreciate that. And just kick things off, really. That was a great intro, honestly. Flowed quite well.
Just conversation, really. Just conversation that everyone gets to listen to whenever they want.
I generally, every time I listen to a podcast, I'm like, this is the easiest thing to do. You just speak.
Well, it just sounds like they're sitting there having a gas bag, and you're just the third party, just like, yeah.
Like, as long as you don't plan it or structure or write a script, which we obviously didn't do.
Yeah, I stumbled twice already, so we're off to a flyer.
And it shows personality to stumble.
Exactly.
You don't want to have someone just rattling off lines from a book.
No, I don't even know how to write or read, so a script would be useless in this situation.
Pretty much. I guess we should introduce ourselves for viewers that might not know us. Obviously, yeah, my name's Liam, and this is
Freddie. Frederick on the birth certificate, but we don't.
Is it actually
really
Frederick on the birth certificate?
It is. ERICK.
Really? I thought that was just a meme that you used.
It's not a meme. It's horrifically real. Quite often at schools, university, even at even at our place of work.
That'll be edited out in post credits.
They brought me in as Frederick. So yeah.
Me and Freddie did meet at work.
Undisclosed location.
Yeah, we can't, due to privacy reasons, we've been asked to not reveal our workplace. Some viewers may know it, but
yeah, I mean, it's a large, iconic piece of the Melbourne landscape. It's not the MCG.
It's not the MCG. It is a big industry. So we'll leave that. Feel free to guess at home. We'll leave our Instagram DMs open.
Yeah, as long as we've edited out when I said it.
We will edit out. Yeah. Will be edited out.
Thanks for joining us again after that quick editing break. We just said it 4 or 5 times. Hit up the DMs on, I don't know, what DMs? Our DMs?
Yeah, we'll let you know. End of the show. We'll find some DMs.
Yeah, just look us up. Freddie and Liam. There can't be that many
There's
straight white guys called Freddie and Liam doing podcasting.
Definitely not many Fredericks.
No, you won't find me under Frederick.
No.
Buried.
Anyway, how was your day, Frederick, yesterday?
Oh, yesterday. Real thriller. I can't believe you started with yesterday. Today was so juicy as well.
Really? Well, I think the audience is inquiring about more of a yesterday thing.
Yesterday.
This will probably get released, 7 weeks from now.
It's great because yesterday was a big day for all crowds. I reckon we'll have as many listeners as were present yesterday at the Australia-England ODI.
Very true. Could even top that.
A solid showing of, was it 10,406?
10,000 for anyone. I'm assuming our audience are cricket fans.
Should be.
If not, you're probably not even going to enjoy the podcast, really. So,
but do stick around, just in case.
There will be other non-related sports chats. Just stay tuned. We just have to go over the paperwork.
Hang in there.
Yeah. But you're at the cricket.
I was at the cricket with my dad, two of my brothers, two of the three. So that was good.
MCC member, naturally.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
How else do you get in?
Pretty embarrassing not being a member.
I don't think I've ever used a different gate than gate 2.
Is that the membership gate?
Yeah. For those that don't know.
So do you actually have to wear a suit to go in?
No. So we were dining in the members. So that's the first time I've ever had to wear anything more than just the standard collared shirt. And it's actually quite daunting getting on the train in a full suit.
Because people can tell that you're an MCC member and probably went to a private boys' school.
As soon as you're heading into Richmond Station in a full suit and there's something on at the G, you are labelled.
Very strongly labelled.
And I went in on my own and I waited awkwardly for about half an hour while my brother and dad fell behind schedule. And I was wandering up and down the concourse and thinking, oh, golly, people are judging me here.
But judging because they want to be you, realistically.
Potentially. But, sometimes I just want to be the layman going in full Australia kit, bit of a green cap on, big flag.
True. Maybe bagpipes in hand.
Bagpipes in hand. Oh, I've done that a few times around the G.
Would they allow them into the G from fans?
I've carried them in. I haven't played them in there.
Really?
But I've carried them in. We used to play because we're the Hawthorn Pipe Band. So when Hawthorn had home games at the G, we used to do a little march around and promote Hawthorn.
There you go. Any Hawthorn supporters listening, you may have seen Freddie at the G then.
Yeah, I played every single one. So
I think I actually think Callum, my housemate, shout out Callum, is a Hawthorn supporter.
Oh, there you go. Well, we probably are kindred spirits through that experience.
So he will be listening in. I'm sure.
I'd hope.
One can only hope. We're relying on at least 2 listeners to the first one.
Yeah, if we can't get the housemates on board at least, then we're not getting that 10,407.
We're definitely not. Absolutely not. But tough conditions though for cricket yesterday. Rained out for part of it.
Yeah, a bit of rain at the start. Walking in was a big contender for the wet t-shirt contest. Wearing the white button-up, could see the nipples through it. So that
risky business.
Wouldn't put that on the podcast cover because we might get labelled with the E. But then we got 2 rain delays or something. Lost a bit of time. They added runs to the total though.
Oh,
for the rain
they
delay.
allowed to chase down.
Yeah,
well,
added like 6 runs because I don't know.
Didn't make a huge difference in the end.
It didn't.
Yeah.
It's a 241 run loss or something. So
yeah, not ideal.
Bit brutal. Could have been 235, but
I'm sure the boys were happy afterwards. Because obviously I can't delve into too much detail here, but I may or may not know a few members of the team.
Oh yeah, I've met Pat Cummins' wife.
Oh, there you go.
Just around the parks, you do.
Wow. Personally I've met her as well.
Yeah.
Lovely lady. Shout out Pat Cummins' wife. Should probably find out her name.
It's in there. It's Becky.
Yeah. We'll put it in the credits.
I think it's Becky. I'm going in.
We'll go with Becky, yeah.
Yeah, we'll lock it in.
Yeah, but yeah, great guys. Great bunch of guys. And summer of cricket is really... It's looking on. It's getting me excited.
It is looking like a bit of a winter of cricket at the moment.
True.
Some major rain delays in Melbourne. I think 2 or 3 games in the World Cup got rained out. So hopefully summer can turn around.
Very political man bringing weather into the podcast.
Well, as long as La Nina doesn't, keep reigning supreme, we should be fine.
Yeah, we... I do know a few boys up at the Bureau of Meteorology, and they have informed me that this December we're looking good.
We're looking hot?
Yeah, we're looking hot.
That's awesome.
Shout out boys at Bureau of Meteorology.
My friend's up in Sunshine Coast at the moment. Shout out to Cam, and he's told me it's a balmy 32 degrees today.
Oh, shout out Cam.
He's heading out to the beach.
Really? Well, maybe he could plug in, put the JBL headphones in or something.
Yeah, dial them in.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, whatever
I'm sure it'll still be hot when we do episode 2, so he can give us some conditions up
this
there.
time next year, episode 2 might come out.
It's good to, keep it stable, keep it consistent. So
Yeah, exactly.
whatever the first time gap is.
But nice of you to ask me how my day was.
I was getting to it. We're still talking about the cricket, but how was your day?
It generally does it grind your gears when you like speaking to someone and you like ask them a question, and then because obviously the only reason you ask them the question is because you want them to ask you how your day was, and then they don't respond.
You just got to give me time, man.
No, not you specifically. I'm just talking of specific instances I've been on.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We won't name the scenarios.
It just feels rude, doesn't it?
Oh, it's very rude. Ultimate red flag.
It's a bit of a, how are you today? Good. Can you help me with this?
Yeah.
Something missing there? My day's good.
A real key of narcissism, that I think. Which we can get into at later points, so we're both highly educated in that area.
Well, yes, you are enrolled in your honours of psychology, so a bit of narcissism sits well within your realm.
Thanks for bringing that up, and appreciate the congratulations there.
I sent you a very congratulatory message when you got in.
You did, yeah.
I was very pleased for you.
Thanks to the fans as well for sending in a few congratulatory messages. It was good to see the support come through.
Just a lot of love.
A lot of love.
A lot of love out there. You don't see it often. Bit of tall poppy syndrome. Someone goes to do their honours.
Yeah.
But, it's good to see the love flowing in for you.
The gold complex is growing.
That's good.
Shout out Callum, who is the designated house god complex at the moment.
He's doing well for himself.
Yeah, he's got a lot of plugs on this podcast, so...
Well, yeah, it's just going to feed the god complex.
You'd hope he'd be listening in.
Makes him stronger.
Yeah. Fantastic day yesterday. Very, very hungover today. It was a big night at the North Melbourne Comics Lounge, which I can highly recommend to anyone interested in going. Not sponsored by them yet, so Comics Lounge, if listening, happy to do a plug on the show.
This is a pretty funny podcast,
yeah.
So I'm sure they're listening.
Yeah, I think they do headhunting on podcasts. They toss out some listening.
Well, that's good. What were you drinking there to be hungover? Obviously, it wasn't a heaps normal.
Yeah, I went the Sex on the Beach. I'm a big fan. I feel like my two favourite cocktails are a bit NSFW in names, the Sex on the Beach and the Porn Star Martini.
Do you love a Porn Star Martini?
Yeah, shout out Porn Star Martinis. But yeah, honestly, very well made by the bartender. But I had to finish off with a few Coronas, naturally.
Coronas get the job done.
Yeah.
Lime or lemon?
Only offered lime.
Only offered lime.
Yeah.
That is the superior choice, though, so they've done well.
But, wouldn't have thought in this day and age that I'd be asking for a Corona.
Oh, someone was at the comedy last night, weren't they? That's an original joke, isn't it?
That's one of my own, that one.
Brought that out of the woodwork. That's good.
I came up with that one then. So.
Just so much original content comes out of your mouth.
That wasn't even written on the script. That just came to me.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's great. So when you thought I was not in a group chat, so you just recycled a joke I'd used 2 days prior.
Yeah.
Only for me to respond.
It's a touchy subject, reusing jokes. I personally think it's okay.
I think it's okay if you don't use it straight back to the person who told it to you.
True, that is pretty disrespectful.
It's pretty good when you come back and you're like, oh, mate, just was in this group and like they were all just loving it. I just told you a joke. Said pretty much exactly what you said and they loved it. It's like, wow, that feeds back. That feels good.
That does, yeah. But when you're right there witnessing it, it can be a bit hurtful.
It can be a bit brutal knowing that was your work.
Yeah, but I did get zero reaction on the joke, so that was probably...
Says a lot.
Yeah,
it says a lot about the content.
Says a lot about the content. Maybe the person, maybe if a different delivery was done, it could have went down better.
No, I think it was pretty good when it was originally said. Maybe it just didn't translate well to I was on text originally as well.
Yeah, on text. On the, confidential work WhatsApp chat, which won't be named.
No.
Because I'd name it, but I don't think I'll be able to go through and edit everything.
Yeah, it's already a bit of a dicey edit.
Yeah, it took us about 20 minutes to set up the whole audio, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have no problems come next week.
Yeah, I think we're in a groove now. Should be able to keep it going. Know what we're doing. Know our volumes.
The groove is on, and big discussion of the day was the World Cup.
Yes, not the Cricket World Cup that we earlier alluded to.
Not the Cricket World Cup.
We've gone past that.
Yeah.
It's in the distance. It's in a cloud of Ben Stokes' cigarette.
Yeah, post edit. But Soccer World Cup. I'm assuming again there's lots of sport fans listening, and again, like disclose, there will be other chat unsports related, but bear with us again here.
Yeah, just gotta vibe this bit out. Vibe it with us.
Vibe through, yeah. Just you might learn something.
If you're here in Australia, you might not know that not a very good footballing or soccer nation, but in the World Cup once again.
We are once again. That is 5 World Cups in a row. I actually think
it's pretty elite from us. You don't see a lot of that coming through in the way that Australia play football locally, but somehow they've amassed enough talent to push through into the group stages.
They've done well, and 4-1 loss to France this morning.
Oh, 1-0 up for 20 minutes.
1-0 up for 20 minutes, which is a real peak moment of my life. I'm assuming everyone else here got up at 6 a.m. Freddie, yourself?
I did wake up at 6 a.m. Yep.
And then proceeded to turn the alarm off?
I watched something. The back of my eyelids and some memories replayed via dreams.
Yeah, it's quite unpatriotic, isn't it? Not watching Australia at the World Cup.
I would counter that with it's quite unpatriotic not going to the cricket yesterday.
Not a bad counter. Hard to argue which is bigger. But
it's the soccer World
so
Cup.
back up your country, man. Do you even know the second anthem of the second verse of the world? What is it? What are we? National anthem.
National anthem.
I don't even know what it's called.
Advance Australia Fair.
Yeah, that's the one.
The second verse.
What does it start with?
That's rooted in racism and pillaging and stuff. So
yeah, so we'll edit that out.
Probably not a good one to go into.
Pretty controversial to bring that up. We'll move on to Australia's absolutely gutting loss again.
Yeah,
more of an interesting topic.
Yeah, a bit of a stark reality to wake up to. A lot of chat before that we hadn't done too badly against France in our most recent fixtures, and to wake up to a 4-1 loss.
That hurt. That did hurt a lot. Was expected. I didn't appreciate France's attitude going in. I think one of the players came out and said he'd never heard.
He didn't know any of the players.
Yeah, which is just a blatant lie, isn't it?
I mean, can you name more than Matt Ryan?
I can, but that's because I'm a Socceroo fanboy.
Yeah, okay.
But I just feel like because that player I believe plays in the Premier League and not several. Some Socceroos have played in the Premier League before.
Yeah, they've come across. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
or just other international leagues. Yeah.
Yeah, I think from him that was very disrespectful. He might get a fine from FIFA for that.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And if not, I'll send him one personally.
A personal fine, yeah.
That should cover my bills for a bit of time.
Yeah, that'll cover the rent. I think it's Kanate, that's his name. Shout out Kanate. Or whatever the opposite of a shout out is.
Shout down.
Shout down, yeah, that was very disrespectful, mate.
Whisper in.
Yeah.
Whisper in.
Yeah. So, yeah, look, at least you've been called out on one national platform.
Yeah, so that's probably it. That's the repercussions done.
Yeah, he'll probably sleep fine tonight, I'm sure.
Probably not the right pronunciation either, so,
Again, yeah.
It's low stakes.
Yeah, very.
Say what you want at this point. This is all you're getting back.
That's the job done. But in other news in the World Cup, though, well, I really yelled that. And Saudi Arabia beat Argentina 2-1.
Yeah, quite a lot of media content bred from that. Argentina, obviously, favourites, or one of the favourites going into this tournament, with the GOAT. Greatest of all time, Lionel Messi.
Oh, thanks for explaining what GOAT means for listeners that may not know.
Some people might think they play an actual goat on the field.
Yeah, true, which they don't.
It's not how they cut the grass. They use lawnmowers and people to play. No, he called offside.
Yeah, there was
second goal.
Yeah, as I'll just disclaim, I didn't watch the game, but I'm about to make some very broad statements, as if I did watch the game.
Fire away.
But yeah, embarrassing effort from Argentina, I think. No disrespect to Saudi Arabia, great team. Shout out to the Saudi Arabian players. But yeah, a very dismal effort from Argentina. you really want to set the tone going into the World Cup, and
It is a bit of like the best teams in this tournament are having a bit of a shaky start. Australia and Argentina.
True. The two people you'd expect to see in the quarters and deep into the tournament.
Yeah, big goal differences. Hopefully, flicking the other way towards the end of the group stages. But can't win all of them.
Can't win them all. But
Just win the ones that matter.
Yeah, we may see an Australia Saudi Arabia final.
That would be beautiful.
And I think that could be the most viewed sporting event in history.
More than 10,600 and whatever I said, 406.
Way more.
Way more.
I can only see. But quick prediction for the World Cup before we move away from sports chat. Who are you tipping to pull it off?
I think it's coming home.
That has crossed my mind. I didn't want to jinx it on here.
It's just, so how many years can you go as the home of football?
You can't go many more. For any viewers at home that don't know football, It's Coming Home is a reference to the England national team. Me and Freddie have deep-seated roots in England. I personally have a passport. I'm not sure about him.
I'm eligible.
Choose not to.
Have lived there for 5 years.
Yeah, that's quite a flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it may be coming home.
It would be phenomenal. I don't want to see Harry Maguire in the team when it happens, but
I would hate to see that.
But Harry Kane up the front.
Could be Golden Boot. Hasn't scored any yet, but
yeah, and the 6-1,
6-2. Yeah, 6-2, and he didn't even get near it.
Got some substitutes scored.
Yeah.
Lead from the front. Aaron Finch never scores runs, but he's captained many wins. So.
Exactly right. I think that's just what it comes down to. You don't need to be the best player on the pitch, or just be a good player to be in a national team.
I would say, I take it. Aaron Finch, excellent cricketer.
True, yeah.
But it's even in the games where he doesn't hit many, you can see his effect. And so it's the same with the English team. I'm sure Harry Kane was up there just using some clinical mastermind.
Definitely, yeah.
To set everyone else up.
Yeah, he really shifted the play. And yeah, just like Aaron Finch, who, again, we may or may not have a personal connection to. Yeah, he really motivated the team.
That's good.
My personal pick for the World Cup. Thanks for asking.
I thought you just agreed with me.
I true.
Thought we'd reached consensus.
Unfortunately, I can't disclose the insider information I've been given from certain officials. That's again rooted in controversy, and we're trying to stray away from that in this podcast.
Episode 1, don't want to get cancelled straight away.
We've been advised from Heaps Normal to steer clear of any contentious socio-political issues.
Where's the World Cup?
Which we're steering away from that. And my prediction is, I just think Saudi Arabia's got it now.
Yeah, well, after that,
I just think they have it.
They've got a tapestry of teamwork.
Yeah,
that could take them all the way.
They've got an easy group to finish off with. They just need to dispatch, Poland, Mexico.
Yeah, it should be in the world rankings of football.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're all good enough to get there, but once you've knocked off Argentina, what more is there to do?
Yeah, they'll top the group, and then they'll probably meet Portugal in the final. And I think they might give the second goat of the game, Cristiano Ronaldo, they might give him a bit of a reality check. He's
full of reality checks at the moment.
Yeah,
his mutual agreement to leave Manchester United under contentious circumstances with him giving an interview he probably shouldn't have while in contract, but freedom of speech means freedom of speech. So
very true.
Say what's on your mind.
Yeah, unless it's on this podcast.
No, we edit out what's on our mind.
Yeah, it was originally 3 hours, but now we've really cut it down.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah, I didn't even start. We've got a timer right there, too. We managed to do 25 minutes of sports chat, which
we should probably stray away.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much information we knew. To be honest.
Yeah, we've done pretty well.
Yeah, to be honest,
for having watched minimal content.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I barely watched a game. But...
God, there's just so many views that we're holding.
Yeah, but shout out to the World Cup.
Well, in our daily lives, we see many people on the streets.
We do.
Many people in the cars.
Yeah, we do. Again, we cross paths with more people than probably the average person would.
Yeah, and what do we see a lot more commonly than we would have, say, 5 years ago.
Yeah, look, I think it is a health issue. If anyone's wondering, we are talking about the very contentious health topic of vaping.
Yeah, it's not very contentious. I think it's just either known or ignored.
Yeah,
at this point.
And we've come here today to call it out.
Yeah, cancel vape culture.
Cancel vape culture. I think we are the people to do it. We've got
experienced in the field.
Yeah, we've got the platform. I don't want to disclose whether I have dabbled. That's not for this podcast.
I don't want to disclose whether Liam's dabbled either.
Yeah. But I've seen it pop up everywhere, and doesn't it grind your gears when you're seeing, when you're walking down Glenferrie Road, which I live very close by, and you're seeing these kids finishing school. They can't be older than 13, 14, and they've got a bloody Mango Bomb vape. I think that's what the flavour is. I'm just guessing. A Mango Bomb, I get 3,000 puff. Is that roughly how many puffs or anything?
I don't know, man. A friend of mine rips through 4,000s. So
4,000, yeah. We wouldn't know how many puffs there are, but we're assuming it's high.
I've never counted.
But yeah, young kids are buying them, and I don't know how they're getting their hands on them, and I want to work out how.
Well, they are illegal to sell, so I don't know what sort of crackdown is going on here. There's just some facade by the government to say, "Oh, this is bad for you," but we're not really going to control it. Like, there's more control around less harmful substances.
Yeah, it really makes no sense, because I could very easily point out 7 shops on Glenferrie Road that sell them. Not that I've been in them, I know that they sell them.
Can see from the window.
Yeah, I can see from the window. They blatantly throw them around. But do the police don't care? The government don't care? What's that all about?
This is just a call out to any police that are listening. Like, do you want to know where they're selling them?
Yeah, because...
Do you want a list?
I can name drop. We're not afraid to do it on this podcast.
No. I just want to know what the investigation status is around the long lollies.
Yeah, honestly, the throat tickler fucking tyranny needs to come to an end.
They do smell nice, though.
They do. But you can just buy a nice candle.
A nice candle.
And
are they carcinogenic? When you breathe
sure.
in the smoke in the air?
Yeah, probably they do have some health issues as well.
So we're cancelling candles as well?
Yeah, we are. We're going to cancel candles on this podcast.
Okay, good. Is that not today, though?
Not today, because, I do like the smell of them.
Okay.
And you might want to buy one for Joyce for her birthday.
Oh, shout out to Joyce.
Shout out Joyce, happy birthday.
Birthday coming up.
I'm sure she'll be listening.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd love a scented candle. I'm not sure if it's the vibe of a birthday present, but,
I think it's when you give presents, you like to give them in at least a batch of 3. So you have 1 biggie and 2 sort of side chick presents, basically.
Side chick presents.
Yeah, they're just they're on this. Yeah, they're little. They just go. How do you word it? The big one's the big deal, but if you just gave the big one, it doesn't really sell it as a good gift.
You almost need something to compare it to.
Exactly.
It's like rolling up in a Ferrari. If they've got no car, it's that's just a Ferrari. They've got some manky old Honda Civic from the 80s.
Yeah, it definitely is a stark comparison, and it makes it really sinks home. As someone that's driven a Ferrari before.
How have you done that?
Just friends.
Friends?
Yeah, friends and family.
Good friends of yours?
Yeah, but shout out Ferrari. If they're listening.
If you want to sponsor the pod, feel free to reach out.
If they're listening in. But yeah, honestly, with the election coming up,
yes.
I know I'm trying to stray away from that political talk, but I think instead of removing these level crossings, why aren't we removing the lung lollies?
Yeah, absolutely. I think both Matthew Guy and Daniel Andrews could use a little popularity boost right now.
For sure.
So putting that on the agenda.
They are struggling, and personally I would much rather wait 5 minutes, as a train goes by, than lose 5 years of my life.
Yeah, 5 years.
Or I don't know the stats.
I don't know. But I feel like I grew up always thinking all this lung cancer stuff's going to be a thing of the past. They're going to be able to like transplant lungs or cure cancer, but probably like 25 years in now, and we're looking at no real headway on that.
No real impact. So yeah, probably is good to start cutting the snake off at the neck. Is that the same?
Cutting the head off the snake? So, yeah, something like that.
Cutting the head, yeah, I don't know. We'll Google that post credit. But yeah, let's crack down on those down Andrews. That's not a threat. It's just a suggestion.
Just a suggestion.
You know, I personally, I don't know if there'll be any political people listening in, but I won't be voting because I'm actually found out I'm registered in South Australia still.
Oh, I was going to ask, are you registered here?
Yeah, apparently not.
So those ads about registering to vote with the AEC, updating your details, didn't really get through to you?
Yeah, I feel like they probably could have found a better, because I've only seen them on TV and I naturally don't watch TV. I'm more of a book guy myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
The acoustic television.
Yeah, it's just more reliable information, peer-reviewed, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know what peer-reviewed is, Google it.
Judging by some of my assignments, I don't know what peer-reviewed means, so I'll be joining you on Google.
I'll be jumping on the Google wagon for that one. But yeah, despicable. But in talking about waiting in front of trains, there was an issue that I'd say it came from a fan, but it didn't. It came from me. A
big fan. Our biggest fan.
Yeah, our biggest fan, and it's toll roads.
Oh. You love to hate them.
You love to hate them, and this is probably going to be the most arbitrary discussion on toll roads, but I just don't understand why we have them.
Well, let me fill you in. We have toll roads to pay for road projects and road upkeep. They were supposed to be removed a number of years ago, but as more road projects opened, they left the tolls open to help pay for them.
I'm very impressed by your knowledge there.
I think that's right.
Have you done background research before undertaking this podcast?
I think I heard it on the radio, or my dad told me or something.
Wow. Well, my mind hasn't changed.
No, absolutely not. They should have just scrapped them when they said they were going to scrap them before it affected us.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone listening knows how much a toll road is, but I do. It's for me to go from my house to work. It's a 15-minute drive, so that might give a little disclaimer as to where I work.
It's about 7 minutes on the tolls.
Yeah, it's $6.50.
You don't want to be paying $1 a minute for a toll,
which is honestly ludicrous.
Well, at least your pay rise will cover your tolls.
True. Shout out pay rise from undisclosed workplace.
Yeah.
But so what's that? $6.50. That is $13 a day that I am paying in tolls, which could be going elsewhere
to some heaps normal.
Which do retail at $20 for 4 cans.
$20 for 4 cans.
It's stiff, isn't it, for alcohol-free beer?
Yeah, that shocks me. That's about as expensive as a 6-pack of alcohol beers.
It makes no sense. I just don't understand. Nothing against people that drink alcohol-free beer. I think it's a great idea if you're going out and drinking, but if you're coming home and just cracking one, if say I've had a big day at work and I come home, like, do you need to crack an alcohol-free beer or can you just have a normal beer?
I'd say crack open the milk carton.
Really?
Smack it in the microwave. Get that nice and warm. Have a little drink of that. Head off to sleep. Refresh yourself for the next day.
Well, I won't.
Sorry if that's insensitive to anyone who's lactose intolerant.
Yeah, that is quite political, bringing up milk.
But I mean, you don't... Like, if you need to come home and have a drink after work, maybe you need to switch up your work a little bit. Personally, I think... I don't feel like I need alcohol after work.
Or just after work.
After work. I don't want to rely on it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I get the people that come home and go like, oh, I love beer. I love it for the taste. But then it should be okay to have an alcohol-free beer.
It should be, yeah. If you're needing alcohol to wind down, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, let's just, again, as we did with the vaping health and safety awareness, let's just check in regularly with ourselves.
Yeah, just ask yourself the questions. Why do I want this? Am I okay?
Do I need it?
Yeah.
If it's a shower beer, probably, yeah, you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Shower beers are a whole different breed. If you're having a shower after work and you're not having a beer, that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
I take back everything I said.
It's completely understandable. Otherwise than that, contentious topic. We've really jumped into them, to be honest.
What is it about the sunshine that makes you want to crack a cold one?
That's a good question. I guess it's sort of the same question as how come the homicide rate rises the warmer the weather gets.
Maybe they're connected.
They
Day drinking and
True.
homicides.
Well, probably, there'd probably be a statistic of most homicides might be alcohol related. I'm just making up statistics here. Shout out statistics.
Is that homicide one a real?
No, I think that one's made up.
Oh,
But
okay.
in terms of violence, I think alcohol does play a part.
Certainly. Rum rage.
I think no need to get all scientific on everyone.
It's chemicals.
Yeah, chemicals, they do things.
They do indeed.
Yeah, maybe I'll do my thesis on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be doing a thesis next year.
Yeah, because it's honours.
Yeah, honours.
So it's a thesis, 10,000 words?
Yeah, I think so. You can get it, put it in like a little book, put it in the library.
Do you know 10,000 words?
Yeah, well, I'll be reusing some.
That's good.
So probably 5,000 would be my max.
That's good.
But I actually, when I was at my sister's house the other day, shout out Freya, her boyfriend Nathan, shout out Nathan.
Different Nathan,
yeah, not Nathan, podcast host. He had his thesis just lying around in like the bookshelf, which is like an enormous power move.
That's such a flex.
Like just you're flicking through the bookshelf, you're seeing Shakespeare, dictionary, then just like thesis written by Nathan.
Ain't nothing to it.
It's just so cool.
In my bookshelf, there's my planner, which I barely used, and it's got a guest list to a party that I never had. That's probably the most interesting thing.
Yeah,
Social dissection on that one.
Maybe you should be writing a thesis yourself.
I write thesis levels every semester.
At thesis levels.
I pump out 10,000 words a semester easy in assessment.
Over the course of 5 assignments.
Yeah, 8.
8.
No, I think in the end of semester, what did I do this? I did 12,000 words, and is the second set of assignments for this semester. You get them out.
But yeah, true, you do.
I did 20,000 words a semester, as standard.
Wow.
Yeah.
I apologise for my just gross misassumptions about your word count.
That's all right. I do come in under the word count most of the time, so you're probably right. So it's,
5% either way.
Yeah, I think they give us 10 now, which is
really
pretty delicious.
Wow, the world is changing, isn't it?
Oh, spins and words are just falling off.
Etc. And they're coming up with new words every day, so I've heard.
What's a new word that you've come across recently?
Yeah, I haven't really picked up many. It's more I just like to reuse. I'm sort of the guy that I'll hear a word that I like and I'll just burn through it for about a week.
Yeah, I've been calling people pests a lot recently.
Yeah, you love the phrase pest. Callum got me onto slay.
Slay.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, which I do. I don't mind chucking that one in there.
That's good. Yeah, slay. Slay
and
king.
Then I've been, in more of a slogan fan, I've been pulling out our disaster party every now and then.
Disaster party.
Just in case, I think it speaks for itself. If something's bad, it's a disaster party.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even think. Is there anything that I've said that seems to be repeating?
Probably. Mostly just complaining about work.
Yeah. Love work.
Yeah, love work. I'm sure they're listening. But if you guys, we're not copywriting these sayings and words. Feel free to use them at home.
Yeah, you bust them out. Go say them to your families.
Yeah, and
see what they think.
Let's get people to send in their favourite words and sayings, and we'll read them out next week.
With no context.
We'll just add them in.
Just read out a list.
We're just gonna read out a straight list.
Been listening to the radio a lot recently.
The radio, really?
Yeah, I've decided that the Bluetooth connection in my car isn't up to scratch.
Yeah, so you churn out the radio.
Yeah, and that's where you can pick up a few new phrases.
Yeah, in the Mazda 3.
In the Mazda 3.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mazda.
Great.
Shout out to the number 3. But yeah, great new music out at the moment.
Yeah, I can't say I listen to much of the top 50. I'm more of a sort of indie alt guy myself.
Well, that's why we get along so well.
Yeah, opposites attract.
Because we just hear all different things.
Yeah, and we can... But what's been tickling your fancy lately?
It's a bit out of left field
Yeah.
for my usual tastes. I am a big Lewis Capaldi, Ed Sheeran fan.
That's taken me by surprise.
But the Lizzo... what's that song called? Am I Ready?
Is that the About Damn Time?
No. That one as well, though. God, I couldn't get that out of my head.
Great. Shout out that song, whatever it's called.
Jeez. But both, Lizzo's pumping out some serious tunes right now.
Yeah, she is rising in the industry. She's got some big songs. Shout out Lizzo.
Yeah, if you're listening, Lizzo, love your work.
Yep.
Maybe next year on the Spotify Wrapped, shout out to Spotify. Shout out to rapping. You'll end up there with Lewis and Ed.
True. So would you say that... Do you like songs? Do you have Spotify, yeah?
Yeah.
Premium?
Of course.
Oh, great.
Family plan.
Naturally. Do you like the songs? So you have a list of liked songs?
That's a good question. Let me get out my Spotify right now.
Because I'm sure the viewers at home want to know what percentage is Lewis Capaldi and Ed Sheeran. Because I think it's going to be high.
Liked songs. Only 37 songs in my liked songs.
That is a small amount.
The first 3 are bagpipe songs.
Bagpipe songs.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran, Lewis Capaldi, Taylor Swift.
And naturally, shout out Taylor.
He's doing well at the moment.
She is making moves in the industry.
This is before. It's a lot of bagpipes, man.
A little birdie did tell me, though. I got an anonymous message in from one of our fans. We won't disclose their name. They told me that you had a playlist that's 11 hours and 2 minutes.
Should we fact check that?
Yeah, can we fact check that? And I'd like to know the name of that playlist.
That playlist is 11 hours and 9 minutes.
Sorry, my mistake.
It needs to go up, actually. Check the recommendations. No, it's got it all on there. It is called All Lewis and Ed.
Wow.
It contains all the Spotify discography of Lewis Capaldi and Ed Sheeran. And
that is an enormous amount of listening time.
I just get home, connect to the living room speaker, have a listen.
Sometimes you need it after a big hard day of work.
It tickles all the emotions as well. Like, Ed Sheeran covers a lot of emotions.
True.
Lewis Capaldi covers deep sadness.
Yeah.
And, it's sometimes, it's good to let your emotions out. It doesn't have to be about the subject matter. You can be deeply disappointed about, petrol prices.
True, that I am deeply disappointed.
Or the rising cost of living. But a heartbreak song hits the same chords. You could be very happy that the sun came out in the middle of winter.
But the heartbreak does always... The heartbreak music, you can't go wrong with it. Lewis Capaldi, I personally don't listen to a lot of his stuff, but I've heard that you're going to his concert.
I am.
The MCG?
He's playing Rod Laver, probably.
Oh, really? I thought he'd sell out their G.
I think he could. Can he get more than 10,406
He's got potential, Lewis. He does.
He really does. And it's not because of his music, it's because of himself, which is, refreshing. You don't always get the personalities coming through.
Very true, very true.
But he's right up my alley. Bit of a jokester. Doesn't take himself too seriously. Pretends to take himself too seriously sometimes. Friends with Niall Horan,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, no.
See them collabing.
Collab. No, he is a great guy. I know I put a lot of stick on you for listening to him, which is probably just my toxic indie old boy personality coming out.
Yeah, let's hear. Have you got your Spotify there?
Well, I actually have 900 saved songs.
Oh wow!
Which is an enormous amount.
It's a bit harder to analyze than 37.
Yeah, you can't really analyze. I don't have any big playlists. I can name out the name of some of my playlists.
Yep.
Number one pinned is called Heartbreak.
Okay. That should be all Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah, I don't think he's even in it. Oh no, he's not. He doesn't make the cut. Yeah, that speaks for itself. That one. Then we've got Sinking Cups.
Sinking Cups. What is that in relation to?
Beer pong.
Beer pong. Heaps normal.
Yep, we do play beer pong with heaps normal on the regular.
Is that the practice beverage of choice?
That is it's a warm up. It's a warm up beer pong drink.
It's got the right density, the right weight.
Yeah.
Game day conditions.
People might not know this about us, but me and you are actually on a 100% winning record at the moment of beer pong.
Yep, 1 from 1.
1 from 1.
Cash money made.
Yeah, it wasn't a friendly. It was an actual straight out
money
match.
on the table.
Yeah, money on the table. $20 on the line. Still waiting on payment from
one party.
Yeah.
I think when you start earning money from sport, that makes you professional, doesn't it?
I think, yeah. Not that I don't know the definition of professional athlete, but we could fact check.
We'll have a look at it. Let's hear your personal definitions of professional athletes, and we'll decide. Let the viewers decide.
Yeah, I think if you make money from a sport, you are a professional. So we've ticked that one.
I think we qualify.
Yeah, we've got a good strategy going into the game. We like to come out firing, a little bit like Aaron Finch when he opens the batting.
Just hit hard.
Yeah, hit hard. So sink the first 3 cups on the trot, and then more of a defensive back foot roll.
Yeah, just like, trying to get those catches in, double shots.
Yeah, let the game come to you.
Exactly.
Lure them into a false sense of security.
Let them get a couple cups. Knock one in for them.
And it's about the crowd as well. You want the crowd to be involved.
Yeah, exactly. Get them loud. Let them take a shot.
I don't know about viewers at home. Personally, I don't mind letting someone come in and have a shot every now and then.
Not someone trying to join the team.
Yeah, joining the team, that's obviously a different issue.
That's contracts outside of game day.
Yeah, that's for sort of more.
You don't just wander onto an EPL game and say, I'm going to kick this penalty. Thanks,
let's have a chat to the manager first, and we'll discuss contracts. And you probably won't be in.
The trials.
Yeah, we do run trials. We could run trials.
Come on over. If anyone's listening to this, whenever it may be, in a few weeks.
Yeah, the second you hear it, come over.
Doors open.
Yeah,
I think
they are always open here. We've never locked our doors at this house. Fun fact.
It's near Glenferrie Road. If you missed that tidbit earlier,
so just try every house door, and you'll
you'll find it.
Yeah, it's a guarantee. So yeah, open trials will be held. Because not that we're looking for players, but we're looking for sort of bench warmers.
Well, it's always good, like if you find someone that's good, maybe you can play them.
Maybe, yeah.
You can just, hey, you're not in the team, but do you want to be the opposition?
Sure, yeah.
We're the adversaries.
Yeah, boosts our skills, it makes us better players, and then, I know it's, a bit tough sharing this news, actually. It makes me a bit emotional speaking about the podcast, but I am battling an injury at the moment. Tennis elbow. Yeah, it's been an ongoing issue.
It's been really hard to see.
Yeah, it has affected my game.
Yeah. He's been on light duties for a long time.
Yeah, light duties at work, light duties at the gym.
Light duties at home. Left a blender in the sink for 2 days, I think.
Yeah, I did leave a blender in the sink. I don't know about that. I think it's fine to leave a dish soaking.
When you got tennis elbow, yes. Yeah.
I think 48 hours is a fine time to soak a dish.
You could use it so many times in 48 hours if it was clean, though.
Yeah, but it's not messing up the household if it's filled with soap and water.
What if a fly gets in? What if you get flies? This is how we get ants, Liam.
Now you're just adding in sort of little caveats. Which, not a fan of that.
Sorry, keep it to myself.
Yeah. This is just a bit of left field. It wasn't even on the notes, this one. But how often do you wash your bed sheets?
How often do I wash my bed sheets? I wash them in bulk. We have about 4 sets. I actually changed them yesterday. I think I changed them 2 weeks before that. 2 weeks before that. So we wash them about monthly, the 4 sets we have.
But you've got a roster.
Start again.
Yeah, you've got a rotating sheet roster.
Yeah, if it's a bit of a cold week, we'll slap on the winter sheets.
Weighted blanket?
No weighted blanket.
No weighted blanket.
I am heavy enough.
Yeah.
If anyone needs a weighted blanket, I can just lie on top.
Lie on top.
It's not a very comfortable sleep, but I can't imagine a weighted blanket would be either.
No, I do have one. And yeah, it's not good to sleep under.
How many uses has it had?
You're actually sitting right next to it there. Not that one, obviously.
That's quite light.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's more than I was lifting at the gym today, mate.
It's very heavy. I genuinely struggle to lift it.
Do you know the kilogrammage?
I think that's the heaviest you can get, and I believe it's 12.5 kilos.
Christ.
Which is a crazy weight for a weighted blanket.
That's maddening. That's like having a child spread out across you.
Yeah, I think if you laid that down on a child, it would kill it.
Yeah, that's unsafe.
Yeah, which is why I don't have children.
Yeah.
Personal preference.
Accidentally got the weighted blanket and just had to call it off.
Yeah, I wonder if there actually is a case of a child dying from a weighted blanket.
Oh, I can't wait for you to look that up and tell me.
We'll bring it up in the next podcast.
What a cheery start that'll be to next time.
That'll be our opening line.
I just hope it's 0.
Is the statistics. Yeah, we're hoping 0. but if there is a statistic, we will inform you, just to raise awareness.
What about heated blankets?
As in, do I have one, or how many deaths
Oh, no.
occur from them?
There is lots of cases of people leaving heated blankets on and the house burning down.
Yeah, true.
No, just pro, cons, for, against.
Big four, only if you're like turning it on for like half an hour whilst you like shower, get ready for bed, then
Absolutely.
you jump in, leave it running for like an hour, but never sleep with it.
It's good to have the timer on it.
Yeah.
I always put my hours on for like 2 to 3 hours. Let it get nice and toasty. I find myself turning it off before that most of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's good to know that, like, if you're so tired but you're also feeling cold, that's just going to tide over and hopefully just keep it warm for the rest of the night.
Exactly. You push through. Because I sleep hot. Don't know about you, but I get quite hot.
I'm always hot.
Yeah, always running hot. So I've never owned an electric blanket.
You never owned one?
I've never owned one. I've slept in many.
No comment?
But yeah, never owned one.
I never owned one before started dating Joyce, but she brought hers over when we moved in together, and I don't think I could do winter without it. I mean, I'd use the heater instead.
Yeah,
I could live without it.
But do you think maybe having Joyce there, that's sort of made your love for the electric blanket higher? So it's sort of...
I've associated Joyce with the heater blanket.
Yeah. What's the
so
word?
it's a bit of borrowed love.
Yeah, I think maybe it's hard to actually evaluate whether or not the heated blanket...
It's true. Got some bias there.
Yeah, definite bias. So that was a peer-reviewed study.
Any single people who have used or do use heated blankets that agree with me, please come forth.
Yeah, write in. And we'll run it through a statistics generator and we'll see what we can come up with.
Get the p-value.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Yeah. I know all about that stuff.
0.05. It's 95% confidence.
Yeah. Research methods A and B.
Make sure you write your method in past tense.
Yeah, I did pretty bad at that unit.
I just don't like dwelling on the past, really.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, let's get away from that. We are actually running low on time. I've just got the red light from the studio. They're flashing it at me.
Love it when they flash you.
Shout out studio. We don't pay them much.
Well, we just got a quick little section to finish off with.
True. Yeah, we're going to be finishing all episodes off with this. If you want to let the viewers know.
Well, as we've got our DMs open, there's a lot of questions that need answering.
There always are.
So we open this time up for any questions that need answering from our viewers. So let's check the DMs.
Yep, I'll get the DMs out. Let's have a quick scroll through.
Well, that's all we've got time for today.
Yep. No need to extend that content.
But if you do want any questions answered by two white boys,
yeah, if you want our opinion on something, we're happy to give it, unwanted or wanted.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they want it if they're asking for it.
True. Yeah.
Maybe if someone asked you something and you didn't feel like you knew how to answer it, but you feel like we would. I can't think of any situations where that might be true. No,
and we're great at retaining I'm so bad for
anonymity
on this show, as we've shown, I think.
Yeah, we only said
yeah, we only said a few times. So we're happy to keep you anonymous if that's what you're after.
If you want a shout out though, obviously we're not we're not shy to that either.
We dabble in shout outs.
So shout out to shout outs.
Yeah, huge.
They've been a big part of today's show.
They have. And yeah, if you've got any suggestions of what we can add to the podcast, what you think's missing,
or anything you want removing,
yeah,
I'm happy to do it solo if you just want Liam completely out.
True.
It's his equipment, but I'm sure he'd be happy to host me while I do this.
Nathan's equipment even. But yeah, write in. We might listen, we might not. Probably won't, to be honest.
If it gets to me, I'll take it on board. That's my promise.
It's got to go through me first.
It doesn't. These mics just run, maybe.
Got to go through first to get in. We're going to have to edit that out.
What's that? What was that?
I don't know what that means. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. We've cut that 55 minutes. That's about the same length as a therapy session. So
I hope you feel therapized.
Yeah. What's cheaper, listening to this or therapy?
I don't think we're running a subscription yet, are we?
No. it's definitely this. Therapy costs are rising. It is an issue in today's climate. Another one for
something
Dan
that everyone
Andrews.
should look into. Don't be scared of therapy.
Yeah, but on a lighter note, thanks heaps Normal for the sponsorship.
Yep, the unofficial sponsor of today's show. We'll look for a new sponsor for next week. Hopefully one with their own knowledge of their involvement.
Hopefully one. I think iGet was chasing me down.
iGet? What's iGet?
Yeah, never heard of it. Yeah, I just got an email. I wasn't sure of who they were, but we'll read into that.
All right. Well,
we'll wrap that
let's
up.
pop off for a long lolly.
Yeah, one of those, little throat tickler. But,
Thanks, guys.
Great having you on, Freddie.
That was great being here, Liam.
And as always, guys, stay safe. Look after yourselves.
Watch out for spiders.
That's so cringe.